Listen, it's not my fault that the dog fucking slobbered on you.
I have been accosted.
You haven't been accosted.
No, it wasn't accosted.
That's love.
It's not accosted. It's a measured over in Hill Street there.
And the,
Hope we haven't
the
started.
puns begin.
Yes.
The puns begin.
Wonderful.
Yeah, what's the crack?
Not much. Are we on?
Oh, God.
Okay, cool. Where's the wee bloke with the clapperboard?
Ollie, he's fucking in his bed, probably.
He's off for Easter.
He is off for Easter. Protestants do Easter as well, don't they?
They do. I
Do
believe
they?
they do. Yeah.
Yeah. My mate, Louise, in America, just I was like, she was asking me what eggs I got, plural, which was only one, actually, singular egg. One singular egg. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is, she was like, they don't do Easter eggs over there.
They don't do Easter eggs?
Yeah, it's not a thing. And I was like, really?
They have an egg hunt at the White House.
Well,
Or maybe they don't do chocolate eggs. Maybe they think it's some sort of Easter. But that's a pagan thing. The Easter and the bunny and that's the springtime and the new life and all. That's not very Christian at all, no.
well, according to her, shit, they don't do that over there. And I was like, great, well, that's fucking shit. What, like, of all places in the world you would expect there to be gross mass consumerism, it would be over there.
Normally with anyways, they'll take a sort of an idea from that somebody has brought across the ocean to them, like say a Halloween, and then repackage it, commercialise it, and then sell it back to the rest of the world.
Yes. Well, it is the American way.
It is true.
Have you seen? I was watching this before I come in. Trump talking about. I'm going to guess he's talking about something that happened with Iran, and it just sounds like he's a gay man.
Yes.
It was at. They went in. They all didn't go in. They all didn't go in at the same time. There was too much. I need to work on that one.
I think you sent it to me. Was it somebody describing their first group sex experience?
That's what it was. Did I send that to you?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
But it's very, very funny. It's
Very
basically
funny.
where somebody is just like, this all makes sense as to what he's saying as in that context. Now he's obviously talking in a different context, but it is very funny.
Have you seen?
He's accidentally hilarious.
Oh, see, he'd be absolutely hilarious if it wasn't so awful. Evil, you know,
Malicious.
If he was a parody,
Yes.
if he was an actual parody, you know, and this was just one big long SNL skit, it would be fucking hilarious. Have you seen the guy on Instagram and so on who like lip syncs his stuff? He is a homosexual gentleman. But he has it down to the last. But he picks out bits and captions it as like, you know, tell me Trump isn't a gay man, and he hams the whole thing up. And a lot of the stuff that Trump says is gay as fuck.
Is he? He has the kind of the bitchiness of a Ron Glover, doesn't he?
He does.
Yeah.
He does, but he actually says at one stage, I'll kiss any man, or I'll kiss that guy. Look at that guy right there, I'll kiss him. I don't know why that's not a Trump impression.
Yeah, he had the great
too
one
early.
He had the great one of the was it the president of Paraguay? He's like, I don't like him. He's a young hot man.
Yes,
You're like,
yes.
what did you say?
Yeah, I know. But like at that, he's the very definition of I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, pretty much. There is a whole thing about, you know, his tutor, or the person who sort of taught him to be is like his business mogul, which they made no, not as that.
Right.
They did make a movie out of it with one of the guys from Succession, and the guy who played the Winter Soldier, Sebastian Stan, plays Trump in it. And it's a whole thing.
So he actually went to like business school to learn how to be.
He basically got tied in with this guy who was really randomly involved in the McCarthyism trials of the 1950s, where they were rooting out the commies.
Yeah.
The Red Scare.
Oh, that makes sense now, actually.
Yeah. Which is weird because Trump seems to love Russia. But they had that, and so the main thing was, even when you lose, tell people you won.
Yeah.
And never say sorry. Like, never apologise. Which
So basically gaslight the entire world.
Entire nation, yeah. It's good. I actually have, I don't know if you talk to people, there's people of a certain age. I have a cousin who lives in America who's a massive Trump fan.
No, yeah, I know a girl that was friendly with people that I went to university for 6 weeks with. And yeah, and she's Irish.
Yeah.
And that's her whole
Personality.
Her entire personality is all, what a guy.
See, apart from the sexual assaults, great lad.
Well, were any of them ever proven? Oh, wait, they were. Oh, Lord, oh, God. Do you think he'd be a good president?
I'd be a good president. Maybe of the GAA. I'd love the free tickets, to be fair. A good president. No, who would be bomb? Does it have to be of America?
See, that's
or
it. No, of America.
Of
See, that's
America?
it. I don't
Disaster.
think either of us would bomb anywhere. We'd be like, no.
No, we'd be like, well, how about, no, we're much too socially conscious to be like, why don't we not give the military money for a year and we'll just fix the roads, fix the hospitals, and we'd be assassinated within a week. Let's face it, we'd go against the global military complex and we'd be dead in a week.
Do you think there's potholes in America?
Is there potholes in America? Yes, there are definitely potholes in America. I have driven in America and there are
Of course
potholes.
you have. Of course you have.
I've driven from New York to Boston.
How do you know an Irishman's been to America? He'll tell you within 4 seconds.
Exactly. You did. I mean, I'm not sure how I'm able to become president. There we go. Today's offering.
You know that the whole muffin walloper thing isn't... It's not that, you have to give me a muffin in order to be accepted on.
You're only getting half a muffin.
Give me a muffin! What?
I'm getting half it.
That looks like a blueberry crumble muffin.
It
I would suggest.
Perhaps.
There's a crumbly top upon it.
Right.
Incredibly mean that you only bought one between two, but I'm just saying.
I also brought you coffee. This is your podcast and I'm providing the snacks.
You offered. You fool.
Okay.
You
Was I not
absolute
supposed to offer?
fool.
Had I not offered, would you have shown up with these?
I would have brought a coffee, yeah.
You lying bastard.
I am not lying. I tell not only the truth. Right, well then
That's an Irish. You won't be the president.
yeah, I know. I know. What do you think of this Irish president? This woman is playing basketball and all.
Catherine Connolly, who's going out and... I mean, she seems like somebody who just has a bit of common sense about her and, into her social justice, so people hate her.
She sounds like... I get the vibe of her that she would be a very cool granny / older auntie that would automatically know that you're gay as a child and like through your teen years, and would save you from situations where you had to pretend to be straight, like at Christmas dinner or something like that. She'd know, and then you'd automatically be like, "Here, Auntie Catherine, I'm gay," and she'd be like, "I know."
Yeah, I know.
It's all right.
You idiot.
It's okay. Don't worry.
Also, probably let you have sweets before dinner, not tell your ma.
Yeah, well, don't know. I think it should be. Do you remember when in The Simpsons, whenever was it Lisa's granny? Well, came along, and then Lisa realised that, oh my god, all the Simpson women are smart. Yeah, so she had this very touching moment with her. I think it'd be something like that. I'm not trying to say Catherine Connolly's gay. That's not what I'm trying to say.
Well, it's just because she likes sports. She does seem to be good at everything, though.
She does seem to be good at everything.
Yeah. It was pretty cool that she got elected on her ability to do keepy uppies. I think that's very impressive.
Very
progressive.
Yeah, it will be very impressive, actually. I'm raging, actually, that the Republic didn't get through.
Did you watch it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did too.
Well, no, I tell a lie. I watched the penalties.
Yeah. I watched the penalties and then I actually ended up watching the penalties the next day. Not the next day, like later in the week, whenever...
Just to check?
No, Denmark and the Czech Republic, Czechia, whatever you want to call them. He is still... This dog is trying to eat me. To be fair, I'm glad he hasn't nailed brained me. He hasn't jumped in my bollocks, so that's always good.
Yes.
That was a very
I
funny...
used the term bollocks there. I didn't expect that.
That's okay.
Okay.
Ball seemed uncouth of this Holy Week.
Ball seemed uncouth, but bollocks is fine.
Well, I mean, bollocks is more, never mind the bollocks, it's the Sex Pistols, that sort of thing.
Aye.
It's a bit more punk
Never
rock.
mind the muffin.
Never mind the muffin, you can't eat that, dog. Get down.
Oh, dear God, oh. Were you gigging over Easter?
I was not. No, tell a lie, I did one on Holy Thursday. I am very lapsed. I wasn't sure if this was Holy Week or last week was Holy Week. Turns out it was last week.
Oh, it's the run-in.
Yes.
Spy Wednesday.
Yeah, what's going on there?
Don't know. I don't know. I always wondered about that, and I haven't heard of it since primary school.
Is that anything to do
Spy
with
Wednesday?
Iscariot?
It must be something to do with old Judas. I can't remember, to be honest. But I remember thinking it was, because obviously my only frame of reference for spies, strangely, in South Armagh, mid-80s, was James Bond. So I was like, fuck, this is cool. Cool. The espionage in the Holy Land.
So my absolute cool claim to fame of Easter was I used to be brought up onto the altar to read the Passion. I was off
Passion of St. Tibulus.
the Passion. No, just the Passion of Easter. I think it's just called the Passion. It's the play where there's a narrator, which was usually my mother, and the priest gets to play Jesus. It's on. I can't remember what day it's on, but it takes fucking ages.
So if your ma was the narrator,
Yeah.
the priest was Jesus. Who are you?
I'm crowd and all. I'm the one calling for the crucifixion. That's me.
And did you have to? I've never heard anything like this in my life.
Have you never seen this?
No.
Was this
No.
only in the Good Shepherd Chapel in Gloucrea?
Clearly was, but sure, that was
No, they didn't. They did it in Bestbrook too. Yeah, no. So I used to read at mass, which is why my grandmother thought I was going to be a priest.
Oh,
when I
you're
was,
a fruit lad.
I was in the choir as well before that.
Were you the whole choir and all?
No, the choir. This was late 80s, early 90s. This was probably just before the massive scandal, so people were still going to mass.
Right. Okay.
People hadn't gone. This is absolute nonsense, and these people are monsters. So we were all going. It was random. It was random Sunday. So I was in the choir, and then I used to read at mass. I was doing that from I was like 11, and all very obviously high level reader.
Were you
And
bullied at school?
no, I wasn't. I also played hurling. Would you try to pick on me?
Yes.
Get the ginger. He's got a stick. No, well, no. I was a bit of a mix of everything, and then later in life I was musical also, as well as sporty.
So right, this the passion play. So
Yes.
imagine rating it, the priest Jesus,
Yes,
and you are crowd and all.
yes. And there's
So were you
somebody.
just running about the altar, being all like, crucify him, and then run down, yeah, crucify him, yeah.
Sadly, very little.
saying boo earns.
No, it was you just sort of stand I had like a spare mic. There was another person on stage. They would have been like Pontius Pilate and all that sort of stuff. So
Oh, who was
Yeah.
Pontius Pilate? James McGinn.
No, it wasn't. It was just another probably Eucharistic minister of the chapel or somebody else who did the readings. So you'd be in a rota for the readings. I did once get caught out very badly. Now I got overconfident. So my mum used to send me on Saturday, do that, check that reading before you, in case there's any big words. I'd be like, not a bother, and I would.
Get down, fruit. Stop it.
I hope nobody's listening to audio thinks that's me. The
Oh,
dog's here.
you're right enough. Sorry, yes. Ollie's trying to...
Because I listen to it in audio, I don't watch this. So whenever,
Yeah. Oh, fuck it, I don't watch it.
occasionally when I hear you say "get down, you fruit," I'm like, what is the guest doing to McCooey?
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
So
Never thought of
I got caught out bad because I was supposed to obviously check the reading, make sure there was no big words that caught me out, and I was like, I'll be dead on, and I got up on the altar, and sure, wasn't it a story about King Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon? And sure, that caught me totally.
Neb King what?
King Nebuchadnezzar. It's the ship.
Nebuchadnezzar.
It's what the ship's called in the Matrix.
Shit.
So
I've had a
got-
rich history of
Catholicism.
gay bullshit by... no, I see, because I'm a visual person, so I'm thinking of this whole passion situation where either you're running about being all dramatic and fruity, or you're all sitting around like you're like doing like a run through of with scripts.
It's a read through because you've got a wee
Right.
pamphlet. It's a booklet.
Right.
So there's you're standing still. We're not doing a play. I did that later. Not of the passion. I just did plays.
Of course you did.
Once again, Mommy's fault. That was the Bestbrook Amateur Dramatic Society.
Bestbrook Amateur Dramatics Bads.
Bad. Well, it was the Bestbrook
Wow.
Players. They were called the Bestbrook Players, but it sounds like you're cheating on your wife. He's from Bestbrook. He's a player.
Yeah, there's loads of players in Bestbrook, isn't there?
Yes.
Fucking hell.
So they did that, and it was usually an Irish farce or a play by Sam McCree. So
I never get into all that stuff. Amdram gives me the willies.
hey, I got to the heady heights of the Slade Drama Festival,
I
which
was
apparently
about
is
to
a
say that.
fucking nationwide phenomenon, which I
Yeah.
didn't know. It's been going since however long.
I was told this one time years ago. A man said to me, this is before doing any form of comedy or anything.
Yeah.
I think it might have been in the video days, Snapchat video days.
Vidges.
And a man said to me, "You're some crack." He says, "You should be in the sleigh." And I was like, "Ooh."
You obviously only know in the
Why?
Slay as a small village.
No, I obviously know of the sleigh. You know, I don't know, just amateur dramatics. I can't watch. Like, it's like I just can't watch.
Shall we point out for context that is obviously what people did around here, where we're from, before the invention of Sky TV, the internet.
No.
People had to entertain themselves.
Yeah,
So the
they didn't have to
plays.
entertain themselves. You didn't have to go full throttle, fucking Blood Brothers. You could just go to the pub. I'm going to make a rash generalisation and say that the Slade Drama Festival is for pioneers and pains in the arse.
Not true. They had a bar at it.
I bet you it was. I guarantee you, their biggest selling product line was Club Orange.
7-Up.
Yeah, give me a Club Orange by the neck.
Oh Jesus! 7-Up on a bag of scampi fries. No, so I did. I did all that. But no, the reading at mass thing was a good laugh. And God love her, my grandmother then thought I was going to be a priest
Did
because I had shown an interest, and by shown an interest, I mean been told by my ma.
Showed an interest. Would you ever have considered the holy orders?
When I was that young, if I'd have found out I was allowed to get married, aye.
Oh, Randy from a young age then, son, were you?
Well, I did leave an old boys' school when I was 11 to join I moved schools to the mixed school when I was 12.
You went to the college for a year?
I did indeed.
Did you not like all the rest of the homosexuals?
No, I didn't. Turned out I wasn't one of them.
Ah.
I was also probably it was me and one of the other lads. We were probably the two poorest people in the class. And by poor, I mean just working class.
Oh, right, okay. Right, well, just for reference, guys, St. Coleman's College has a reputation for being a homo pit.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
That used to be the joke, is the way they had the wee flap at the back of the blazer, whereas no other school seemed to have that.
That's cruel.
It is cruel.
And funny.
Yes.
And also kind of inappropriate when you think about it.
Yeah,
but anyway,
there was some allegations. We'll move off that subject quickly.
It was not even it was massive allegations and
truths.
And truths.
Yeah. Thankfully, I was an ugly child.
Yeah, you see, I suppose like every school gets its. We'll say, what were the Abbey boys then? Were they the players? Or were
football mostly, yeah.
Right. So like jocks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, St. Coleman's had a football team too, but I wasn't on that. So.
Yeah, because Our Ladies and the Sacred Heart, like, I mean, there was no, I don't know. I think the Sacred Heart might have been full of lesbians, actually.
Was it?
Who can tell? Not in my day.
Not in your day. It was just you, was it?
Aye. Pretty much, yeah. Well, no, there was another couple. But they were late to the party.
Late to the party?
Yeah,
You were doing the food for the party?
Yeah.
I've been here for ages. Where the fuck were you?
Yeah. I was out and proud from the age of about 15 or 16.
You were taking the heat off them.
Taking the heat off them, aye. Yeah. It's the only heat I was fucking getting at that stage.
That's something I've always wanted to ask, because when people who, maybe struggle with their sexuality, or before it was cool, being gay is really cool now.
Well, I do. Will you divide that up there?
I'm only joking. You can eat the muffin.
No, it's alright. I wouldn't have you talking about me. No, I do this on, like, that's a whole bit, is that it's very, very cool. Like, it wasn't cool in my day.
Not at all.
Because fucking gay representation in general was awful in the media. And lesbian was even worse. Like, at least there was some trendy gays. Well, not trendy gays, but like acceptable gays. Like Julian Clary. And
yes.
People, there's a man who's saying funny things slightly effeminately. Fuck, hold me back. But then the lesbians were all like...
annoyed.
Predatory. I always come back to... Do you remember Prisoner Cell Block H?
Yes.
Fuck, bitch, etc.
B
Smith. And Lizzie, remember Lizzie Badeswaith?
Yes.
So there'd always be, like, so all the women would be doing their thing in there in the prison, doing the laundry, putting glass into people's porridge if somebody fucked you over. And you'd be watching it, and then there'd be like a rumour where there was a prisoner getting transferred from somewhere else, and it would be like, she's,
one of them.
Yeah, and then she'd land in, and everybody would scatter. and some little fledgling fucking person that had fucking batted me husband over the head, and I accidentally killed him, but I'm not a criminal, right? She'd be in a room, and then the lesbian would come in.
Dramatic music.
Would slink in through the room,
That's
Yeah.
Jaws, never mind.
And she'd be like, right? And then you wouldn't know what happened in the room, but you just knew it was something bad. And if she
that was the entire media representation.
That was it. That and Zoe Tate from Emmerdale, who was just she just hadn't found the right man yet, and everybody was very, very sad for her, and so she dedicated her life to veterinary. She was a vet, and she just used to walk around with a wax jacket on that was too big for her. And
that was the signal.
Well, I don't know if it was a signal.
If we ever get an eye out at Leeds, this is how people know.
Yeah, I know. I think she made it. I think she made a trade to Dolly with Archie, but then I think Archie got killed in fucking when plane came down.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So my point is, yeah, it definitely was not cool to be a lesbian back in the day. It was an ill omen.
It's just there was no representation. Well, I mean, music was probably more with the representation, no?
Katie Lang.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Katie Lang.
Was that it?
Yeah.
Was that really it?
Well, shouldn't you name me another? See, then there was the whole crack then that Madonna was riding your woman. What do you call her? Sandra Bernhard.
Oh, okay.
But it was like, What? But that was probably around like just after the erotica era. So you were like, oh.
So she just had a book to sell.
Madonna's she'd read anything. She's reading coffee tables with that book. Yeah. So, but now it's very true because you've got Chapel Roan and Billie Eilish and all these lesbians, and they're all beautiful.
Wait, are they lesbians or are they bisexuals?
Wait, are they lesbians? No, they're lesbians.
Okay.
Yeah. No, there's Jojo Siwa. She's back on the cock.
Back on it.
Aye.
Do you go off it like cigarettes? That's bad for you, that.
I've been off it for a long time. Ho, ho, ho.
Is it true you've been off it for Lent and just that was you?
No, I do another bit where I say that the only reason that whenever you appreciate this, that waiters or waitresses, that the sole purpose of being a waiter or waitress, you lie to the customers to get tips. So you tell them whatever the fuck they want to hear. And then I say, well, I'm not even a lesbian. I just served a table of fucking lady golfers. And here we are.
It's a rumour that got out of hand.
It's a rumour that got out of hand. I've committed to the bit now. I got my tip. and I also got my hole. And fuck it, I can't go back now.
Oh, phenomenal.
Do you miss catering at all?
Do I miss catering? This is going to... No, let's just go back to certain gay. I miss the absolute legends I met doing it. But the actual job, there's a time limit on it. I think once you threaten to kill a customer, it's probably time you stopped. So I don't miss that. But when I was in my late teens, early 20s, and travelling, the people I met doing that was just the best crack. I was also drinking like a fish myself at the time, which was what hospitality do to you. 10 hours in a hot room, you'll go in the pints.
Style at the time.
Yes.
Did you ever fuck a customer off?
Did I ever fuck a cup? Yeah, I did. When I worked in a bar because we were allowed to. I was very...
Really?
Yes, I worked...
Right, no.
There is context for this.
Okay.
Right, so I worked in an Irish bar in Perth. And the boy I worked for was a boy from Wexford, and he was very old school. He had worked in all the nice hotels in Dublin, moved to Australia, opened a pub, and he says, I want good people in here. I want people with manners. I want people that a bit of respect. He says, so if anybody gives it to you, you give it straight back. Which was very nice. It was sort of an allowance of, I'm not paying you to take shit off people, and we don't need the fucking hassle. So he was very, very good. So the common one to do was when somebody who was obviously making a lot of money on a mine site somewhere, or had too much money, or more money than sense, or some idiot. The common one that we used to teach the new people to do as well, which was good fun, because then after about 3 months, everybody was very polite. If somebody came up and just said, give me a pint of Guinness, if it was like an Irish person, you go, where are you from? And they would say, Donegal. You go, no fucking manners in Donegal, no.
Oh.
So that would happen to them once. Or if you say to people, do you not say please in Donegal? They would go, I was going to say thank you. I'm like, it's just try all the but just manners in general. Right, so I did that. But I fucked people off, yeah. Which was great. Never in the cafe or restaurant setting.
Aye. Yeah. You see, it's different in the pub. You can really eviscerate someone.
Yeah.
I remember there was an old boy. We're having awful respiratory problems here today. There's a zinc deficiency in the Ginger household.
2 stuffed up people.
Out in Bleak, there was an old boy who shall remain nameless, but his name was Robbie. And Robbie was... he enjoyed a wee drop,
Fair enough.
He did. He enjoyed it massively. He might have been, in far off lands, and in every land he went to, he enjoyed it.
Yes.
And then come home because he was fucked. Come home to avail of the NHS.
Yes.
So he was in Dolly's one day, and the great thing about it was whenever you went in on a Saturday, you got the whole place clean and tidy up from the night before. You lit the fire, and you opened the doors at 5 o'clock.
Unreal.
On a Saturday. Then you sat down, you watched the, what do you call it?
Gladiators?
Brookside. Sorry, the Bestbrook Omnibus. You watch the Brookside Omnibus, and a couple of men would come in. You'd have your bottle of Lucozade and your packet of crisps while you're watching Brookside. And here you are. So Robbie come in, and there was another couple of boys come in, and I was eating my crisps and drinking my Lucozade, and he says to me, do you not eat a bit less, no?
So what age were you at this point?
17?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
17 stone. So I just says to him, do you not drink a bit less?
Touche.
And he did not have an answer. Yeah. He just sort of went, and the rest of the boys all did the old Motley laugh, the old
Yeah.
You know, and he left then after a while, and one of the boys said, fuck you give it to him, boy. Fuck you give it, that was great. That was fucking fair play to you, fucking cunt. You know,
it's like I'm not getting paid enough for this, so
but
it's
you
fine.
can't do that in a food service instance.
Oh god, no.
No.
The problem was I went from the nice pub in Perth where you could fuck people off to I got a job when I moved to New Zealand in a fancy place.
Yeah,
So that didn't suit me. I lasted about a month and a half there, and then I went and got a job in a pub because I was like, I'm going to kill a middle class person. I'll beat them to death with a shocked oyster.
a shocked oyster. What about an unshocked one?
Just fucking.
Would that not be? Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. And see, I actually liked food service. I could assimilate. You know, I could shapeshift a wee bit.
Oh, I was able to do it, but I didn't enjoy it.
Just didn't enjoy it. Didn't enjoy the tips. No.
The tips were better. I mean, where I was working was out of tipping culture. Tips aren't amazing over here anyway, so because we were getting paid. But where was I getting tips? It was good. Canada was good for the tips. You would make more in tips than your wages.
Oh, okay.
Like on top of what you were getting paid for the hour.
Tips were great in my day because it was the
Le Tiger Celtic.
Yeah, Celtic Tiger meant sure what I used to. There was a couple that used to come in on a Sunday.
The average plumber just fired you €40 for the crack.
Yeah.
Do you take euros? Fuck, take the handy. Come on.
And yeah, they used to come in on a Sunday, and I would, because it was always just so busy because everybody was like, oh my god, this place is so beautiful. Let's go in here and have fucking a well done steak sandwich, cremated with peppered sauce and none of that there green stuff. And they'd come in and they always used to come to me and be like, well, any chance of a table? And I'd be like, no problem. And I used to go into the nightclub, take tables out of the nightclub and build them a table, like somewhere. It was probably in everybody's road, and they would give me a tenner.
Lovely.
I wouldn't even have to serve them. It's class.
Just in front of a fire exit.
Fuck the laddies. Yeah. I've got my tenner, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, pretty much. If the fire alarm goes off here, just don't use that door. It's been chain shut.
Yeah, but you wouldn't get that these days.
No, I would
Sure, it's
imagine
all
you would
cards.
not. Yeah, that's true too. That has killed the tip, hasn't it? Like,
Yeah.
but no, it used to be the. Well, you still would have got the working in an Irish bar abroad. You would have still got the old and one for yourself,
Aye.
which was as good as a tenner because it was about $12 for a beer. So.
Oh, would you? So that's what you've done. You would see whenever.
Well, we always got one of the deals was you got your food for free, and at the end of your shift you got a free pint.
That's very decent.
And you could it was a very nice place to work. I really enjoyed it. It was quite nice having a wee beer after work, especially on a hot day. You'd have a bottle of cider sit at the front with it. It's lovely.
Did you do America?
I've been to America, but I didn't live there.
Right. Okay. Why not? What's your fucking problem,
I
man?
did. Well, I didn't go to university, so I couldn't get a J1 visa. And also, I went to Canada, where they're not insane. So I went there instead.
Not even do the old 90-day thing, no?
No, I've been to Chicago for Paddy's Day. I found one other Irish person. It was a lad from Antrim. And I found a boy who, for the first 30 seconds, I thought he was going to be an absolute dose of an American. And then he was like, oh, my dad's Irish. And we're like, oh, fuck, here we go. As in, like, my dad's Irish through his great-great-grandfather. No, he was like, no, my dad's Irish, he's from Kildare. And we were like, aye, what part? And he was like, oh, Naas. And then he told me, like, the village his dad's from.
All
and they
right.
go back there. I go, oh, okay, you are. Sorry, yeah, you could. We'll let you have that. You've been.
Yeah.
And
fair
your dad
enough.
is full on illegally living here. So
Oh, right. I wonder have they been iced at this stage? I hope they don't get iced because of this.
no, it's okay. I didn't give any names. No, he was lovely. So we went to where they dyed the river green, which is. But I tell you about the time we did the 3 Paddy's Days in 1 year. No, 3 Paddy's Days. It was about 3 years ago. We went to Chicago, which had their Paddy's Day was like a Wednesday or something, or Tuesday or Wednesday. So Chicago had theirs the weekend before. We went to the Dyed the River. We were there for a couple of days. Chicago, lovely city. New York on easy mode, as they call it, because you've been to New York. Then we jumped on a plane and went to Toronto, where we did actual St. Patrick's Day.
Right.
And then a few days after, they had like the Paddy's Day parade. So I did 3 Paddy's Days in 1 year.
I do remember this on your stories, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was great. The Paddy's Day parade in Chicago was massive, and I got some great material out of it because they had I had the old joke where like the fire service and the police march in the parade. I said, you want to get that here?
No, definitely not. We not all paddied out then.
Well, no, it was actually, it was cool to see the difference. Because obviously, St. Patrick's Day parades are from there. We didn't invent that. Like.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. But it used to be people marching the mass. We're back onto the Catholicism again. I'd say the Protestants have switched this off long ago.
Well, a bit of luck.
Yeah.
Jokes. Like, when you think about it too, like, I suppose to a certain degree, it's actually quite cool to be Irish now.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't not cool, but it's got quite cool. It's got quite trendy at the minute.
Yeah.
You know, like Irish culture, you know.
Paul Mescal in his wee shorts.
Paul Mescal in his shorts. You know, people are walking about with wee fucking Claddagh emblems on their socks and stuff.
Yes.
You know, it's all very, and obviously, you know, I think is it all because of Mocara?
The rapper or the bar?
Both. Fucking both.
Well, I was going to say, my new tattoo's very Irish as well that I got done recently. So
That is the most Irish thing I've ever seen.
Thanks.
On a man's leg.
yeah. On a man's leg.
That sounds really bad.
That's okay. It's fine. Look, it's my own fault for
I
just
dyed
getting...
my spunk green
No, it's...
for Paddy's Day. Could you do that? Could you eat something that would, you know...
Change the boys? I don't know. I don't think so.
Because no way you can eat things to change the flavour.
Wait, who's doing your research?
That's well known. Sure,
You've just heard.
Girls can do it too.
Is it pineapple?
Pineapple.
Freshens you right up.
Yeah.
That's the stuff.
Pineapple. And I think mango for a lady too, if you eat a wee bit of mango.
If you're dying of a hangover, could you just have a fucking poly pineapple? What, does the same job?
Well, I mean, if you're dying of a hangover, you'll not be fit to expel anything.
I know, but it would cheer you right up though, wouldn't it?
Would it?
Fix your hangover.
Yeah, but I just wonder about that. If you ate, you know...
Just on a postcard.
You know, whenever you drink a Baraka, you piss pure orange. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say.
Or when you eat sugar puffs, you pee smells like sugar puffs. That's probably why they got rid of sugar puffs. Fuck knows what was in them that was making you do that.
That's very true. You never... there's no sugar puffs now at all, is there?
I don't believe so.
Or did they change them to something stupid like honey?
You'll probably still get there'll be a little version of it, I'm sure.
Oh, I was in Lidl last night, actually, me and Amanda.
Oh yeah? Bit of research for the podcast?
No, we're just chatting shit with each other.
Is that what you made up now instead of going drinking?
No, it just sort of happened that way. I was like, do you know what? She's poor Amanda. And now it's all my fault, right? And now I feel like we're protesting too much. Most girls are guilty by association with me, you know, by stupid people.
I've heard the accusation that she's on your team.
Yeah, so stupid
just
people...
by being your friend.
Yes. I mean, like, the Neanderthals en masse will go, she's a lesbian, that girl's walking beside her, aha, they're lesbians together, which is not always true.
To be fair, do you think
not
it's the
always
same?
true, guys.
Not always true. You wish.
I wish.
Do you also think that maybe that's why people think I'm gay, because you constantly, in a live setting, call me gay?
No, I haven't done that in a very long time.
That's true as well.
So, mind your manners.
I think you called me gay about 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, but there's only the two of us here. And the... and the dog. And the... whatever.
And we all know the dog doesn't think I'm gay. He does
the 3 dozen people that are going to be watching this.
Not so bad.
Yeah, so we were in Lidl last night and she stopped in the middle of Lidl, you know, the middle aisle. And she was like, Jesus, that's only a £5. Fucking hell, there's 37 pieces on it. And I was like, what? It was a screwdriver set.
Oh.
Yeah. No.
This is where the allegations come from.
I said to her, Amanda, not beating the lesbian allegations with that. But then again, she is a technology teacher. So she was like, oh, I would get that and just keep that in my room. And I was like, right. I'm going to leave you to it, lad.
So she's not a lesbian, but she is MacGyver. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's not a lesbian, but she knows her way around a screwdriver.
The drink?
And a belt sander and all these kind of... She put them shells up for me.
They are a lovely
She had
job.
an actual drill and all.
Spirit level and everything.
Yeah, so the actual lesbian in the room standing there going, oh,
Just done watched
it's
her
so
work.
noisy. I don't like it. And she was all like, shut up. I was like, oh, I could never do that.
This is how porn starts. You're on your own in the room. Be like, however can I pay you?
Do you know what?
And she's got a drill.
That would be the worst porn ever. That would be an instant boner killer. But lesbians don't have sex. They just drink red wine and talk about how much they hate men.
I thought you told me they adopt a cat and move in together.
Aye.
Yeah. That's after the red wine.
That's after.
That's decided over the wine. Shall we move in tomorrow? Or are you free next week?
Yeah. Oh, aye, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you get, if you want to go rogue, you can just turn up with a cat. She's never going to tell you to leave, like, you know.
I brought my own. Oh, fuck, that's a left field decision, that one.
Yeah. No. Or if you really, like, if you want to go for a romance option, adopt a cat together. Go to the USPCA.
That's what I was thinking. Is that
around.
as committal as getting a mortgage?
Well, you know, you can't.
To be fair now, the cat will die before I pay off my mortgage. So.
Oh, aye.
Yeah.
But you can't just leave a mortgage. You can leave the cat. You can move out and then fucking.
And on your way out the door in the last argument, and keep the fucking cat.
Yeah. I never wanted the cat anyway.
That's why I brought it here, to give it to you.
Yeah, the ultimate insult by. Oh, but yeah, so yeah, lesbians are cool these days. Irish
Being
culture is cool these days.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you ever feel you're getting old?
Yeah, constantly. Usually when, not that I don't understand something that's cool straight away, but when I have to maybe ask somebody or Google it or just, I'm not getting this.
Do you know where I feel the oldest? The oldest / just fucking in the green room at Lavery's. Whenever whoever all's on, like Thompson and whoever, and they're just all talking about all these pop culture references. I have no idea what they're talking about. I don't know. Maybe that's a geeky thing as opposed to an age thing. But honest to God, how do these people have time to watch all of the movies, all of the fucking shows, all of the everything?
Well, they're all full-time comedians. They're working for an hour a day.
I know, but like, how can you accrue that mass of media in that, you know, to be able to reference it all? And I'm just sitting there going, and I said this to them one night, I was like, my pop culture references stopped at Family Guy.
Yeah, if it's not in Family Guy, you're like, I'm not going to get this.
Oh, I've no idea. Bob's Burgers, never heard of
her. So with stuff like that, I used to have an old bit about this, about finding out you're old, which is basically, you know, trying to find somebody your age at a bar. Well, now, also, people don't speak to people in bars anymore. Also, so I'm already fucking. People do have dating apps and do full background checks.
Oh, you're talking about
like if you're trying to find a woman. I was like, you know, trying to find one your age, where you're going up and you basically. My question in the joke was like, do you know who the Ghostbusters are? And if they either say, you know, like Paul Rudd, it's too young, or if they say like the one with all the women, also too young. So unless somebody's going to go Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd, I'm like, you're probably my age.
Yeah.
So this was the idea. But yeah, that sort of thing where that's where the fucking culture reference is. Even though my culture references were things that were before I was born, but they lasted for 20 years, and they just became obsolete.
Yeah,
and nobody told me.
No, I don't get. There's so much of it I just don't
Quoting
get.
fucking Raiders of the Lost Ark at people and they're staring at you. You're like,
I've never seen that.
Have you not?
No, that's another thing. Do you know what? That probably makes a hash of what I've just said. I'm very bad when it comes to having watched major movies. Never seen Bambi, never seen E.T., never seen Back to the Future.
So there's basically just a line in Raiders of the Lost Ark where it's about the getting old thing where he says it's not the year, it's the mileage, honey, and that's how I feel. That sounds
like something my dad would say.
Well, Harrison Ford says it, but no, it's that idea. Yeah, it's not the years, it's the mileage, honey.
Yeah, I love that whenever, you know, somebody dies roundabout and I'll say to Dad, will say to me, oh, such and such died there. I'll say, oh God, what happened to him? Oh, too many birthdays. Yeah. Miles is on. That's the way it goes.
Is that on the death certificate?
Do you know what? I would love it.
Cause of death, clean fucked.
Yeah, cause of death, done. I'm done. My great granny, that's what she used to say all the time. She was 100 years of age whenever she died, and I would say, well, I was about 10 whenever she died. So from she was 90 odd, that's all she said was, "People's done."
Did you get a letter from the Queen?
She was in the Ra.
That's why I thought that'd be funny. If they tried send her one.
No. I don't think she would appreciate it.
Just to watch her wing at the fire. Fuck up.
Yeah, no, I don't. But you have to request it, do you not?
Oh, do you?
I think so, yeah. And also, I don't think there would have been any record of her.
I think in the South you get money. I think if you
probably got that.
Yeah.
No, but I don't think.
No, that's a war pension. That's a different thing.
Well, but then I think.
What side were you on the civil? Okay, yeah.
Well, she was. I think she was on the De Valera side.
Oh well, then she probably got none.
Because apparently De Valera and Countess Markievicz stayed in my granny's house at one stage.
Really?
Yeah.
Dev did used to come up here and get arrested all the time. He used to love coming up and causing a scene. He got arrested in the steps in Newry Town Hall. Never seen that.
When he wasn't doing that, I think he was out in Bellamire.
getting the best tea and scones you ever had.
Getting tea and scones and probably some sort of alcoholic drink and maybe handing out a few bits and bobs. But yeah, no, I think she was undocumented. Now, I have a memory of this. I must ask my ma.
She's Mexican.
Even worse, she was from RD. I think there was right, so she was 100, allegedly, when she died. But I think she might have actually been older than that. This was said. I think she might have been older than that. And I was like, well, how do you not know? Like, surely, and like, no, I think she was an orphan. And I don't know if she come from the nuns or whatever, but I think the orphanage burnt down or something. And I was like, is this the fucking omen?
Yeah. Did she burn it down?
There's a good chance.
With her mind.
My great granny was the devil.
I think stuff like that is mad. Because I was always wondering, is it just the part of the world we're from, or is it Ireland in general, where you hear these mental stories? A story about somebody whose dad was sent in to register the new child in the town, and they hadn't registered the child before. So basically, they had a 3-year-old and a baby getting registered in the town hall, and they just put down the same birthday. Now, it wasn't the 3-year-old's birthday, but for the rest of their lives, it was. So they were just like,
oh, do right, like,
when were they born? Ah, fuck, I don't remember. Sure, it was years ago. It was 3 years ago. So just registered, just some farmer out of the fucking hills coming down. There are 2 children in that house now, for the census and for the town hall and all that's correct.
Now, in fairness, I asked a woman in the shop the other day about her. I remember her husband used to come into the pub that I worked in, and he would have had the wee lad with his son, and having cute wee lad. I saw him a couple of weeks ago, and now he's a man with his own children, and I'm like, oh, what age am I?
Yes.
So she was in then one day and I said to her, what age is your wee lad, the youngest boy? And she was like, I couldn't tell you. I was like, right. And she does have other children, but like, she doesn't have a fucking football team. Like,
to be fair,
she stood, and she was like, I have a notion. He'd be 36, but I'm not sure. And I'm like, he came out of you.
Yeah.
Like, fuck me,
would you not remember that trauma? I have the thing every year when my dad's birthday is 2 days before mine.
Right.
So, my dad's birthday is September the 11th.
Oh.
So, that attack in New York, was that him?
That was an audible fart out of my dog.
Nice work, dog. It made the September 11th joke funnier, to be fair. So my birthday is September 13th, and every fucking year, I send my dad happy birthday, and he says to me, yours is soon, isn't it?
Oh,
yours is soon, isn't it? But stuff like that is mental. So that's mental. And then the other thing that used to happen years ago, which before people were obviously documented and people knew what was going on, obviously in the country, people used to die a bit younger. I used to have a thing where people had loads of children, and if, say, your mummy died and your daddy was working, not just like family, but the community would just take a couple of kids each.
Oh, yeah.
This is that. My granny used to have, so you'll hear Irish people, you'll hear an older relative saying stuff like, so they were half reared out in your granny's house. And you're like, what are you on about? Apparently if somebody died in the parish, they'd be like, shut, that man's he's driving a lorry over in England, he's only home we'll take them. They just take a few kids each. Nobody would tell social services.
Come on now.
Probably there was no social services. But the community would just go, we'll raise them.
Social services was the rah.
Yeah. We'll all meet up at school or on Sunday at Mass, and you can see your brother, and then you come back home with me. It was just like free farm labour.
Well, you know what they say. It takes a village.
Yeah.
To raise a child.
Or at least a road.
Yeah. That, similar to that, out in fucking Ballymire. This is very Ballymire centric. For anybody who doesn't understand what we're talking about, I'm very sorry. But we're culchies, and even within the realm of culchiness, because obviously Newry people are culchies to the Belfasties. Yeah. I'm talking about culchie to Newry people. Out in Ballymire, which is where my mummy is from. A woman just walked into Granny's house. Just used to walk in, right? So this is the way of things.
Yes.
They just land. Her name was Nellie. Nellie lived with her brother John. Never had any family or anything like that. But Nellie just used to land into the house. Could have been any house. I remember watching the fucking World Cup in 1990 in my best friend's house at that time, and Nellie was sitting watching it too. Just randomly, right? There she was. I think she came in for a bit of heat.
Yeah.
And maybe a cup of tea, and then she'd tittle on about her bits and pieces. But Yeah, she walked into Granny's house whenever the day of Granny's first child's christening, which is my Auntie Marie, and Nellie walked in, lifted the child out of the out of the cot or whatever, you know, ready for going to mass, and said, "I'm going to stand for this one."
Right?
And just went on to the chapel with her, and everybody was like, "Right, let's go."
That was the godmother.
That was the godmother. They had a godmother arranged and sorted. It was the, you know, like that whole tradition of, you know, your bridesmaid or your matron of honour stands for the first child. That was all sorted. Nellie walked in, fucked it all. "I'll stand for this one," and took the child to the chapel, and everybody just trotted on after her.
What you need to do is you need to write out a list of like traditions or things that used to happen in the country and sit with somebody not from here and go, "Have you ever heard of this?" And just watch their faces go, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
There you go.
But no, I do remember that one where it's just people would be like, or you know, like a family down the road just raise a child for you if you were working away, and you just show up every once in a while and throw a few pound in. Thanks for looking after the child there, and then you just have no relationship with your children whatsoever. Great times, probably safer.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Speaking of godparents, thanks for not asking me to stand for your child.
You're welcome. You're not delighted.
What?
You're not delighted. That would have been a birthday present, and I'm saving you a fortune here before.
That's true. I do have a godchild.
Do you?
I do.
Where? In a cupboard somewhere?
In the boot of the car. Fuck me. But I'm a very bad godparent.
Are you?
Yeah, I don't visit or anything. But I've explained this to the parents. I'm like, listen, I will be the godmother in a lot of years that will...
Take I'm drinking.
No.
Oh.
Well, give them lifts.
Gotcha.
Say nothing. Because this... well, no, she does have aunties on her daddy's side, but not on her mummy's side. So I'm like, I'll be like the cool auntie.
Gotcha.
Like the Catherine Conley.
Yes.
I'll give you lifts and say nothing.
Cool lesbian
Keep
auntie.
the thing right. Yeah, that's where I'm going to excel. Not in the purchase of in the night garden paraphernalia or, you know, Lego or whatever. You know, these hollow gifts. My gift will be coolness and friendship. See, whenever I'm 60.
That's true. See, I'm not a good godfather either, but my excuse is that my godchild lives in England.
Oh.
And we all know how I feel about the English. So,
as if you feel any certain way about the English.
I'm not really arsed. They can do what they want. Well, no, they can't because
they did.
Yeah, exactly. That was the bother.
Yeah.
No. My godchild lives over in outside London. So I see them at Christmas when they're all home. They get nice gifts off me.
What age is it?
Is it? She is 4.
4. What's her name?
Her name is. I'm not fucking out the child on this. No.
I just want you to say a child's name in an obnoxious English accent so I can laugh.
Oh, you want me to do it in the accent, or do you want me to just say her name and you can do it in the accent?
Oh, either.
Her name is Eri.
What?
Eri.
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 Is that real or
no, it's a name.
A pseudonym? Eri.
Yeah.
Like Eri Neve.
Aye. No, not like that.
Thatcher's mate that blew up.
No, not that at all.
Right, okay. Oh, well, that's a lovely name. Do you want me to cut that bit out?
Can if you want.
Woo! I don't know what I would...
No, I'll send that clip to his dad. Or to her dad, sorry.
What... I don't know what I would call my child if I had a child.
Well, you have a child.
Ugh, no, come on.
But you got to pick the name, to be fair.
Do you know, his name came from... I was either going to call the pup... I went to see him and then went to see the litter, and then I went home because your man that I got him off says, go home and sleep on it and blah, 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 and come back to me.
Yes.
And so I did that. I had already sort of picked him, and I thought I'm going to call him either Ollie or Buddy.
Okay.
And whenever I had decided, yeah, I'm going to take this wee guy, adopt, don't shop. I know that, guys. I know that. But anyway, I went back to get him, and the deal was done and all, and he was annoying his mother. He was messing at his mommy, and he was just being a wee fucking dickhead. And I shouted at him, and the name that came out was Ollie. I was like, Ollie! And I was like, oh, that's your name then, not Buddy. Can't imagine you being a Buddy.
Nah.
No,
he's an Ollie. The name's stuck. It's very good.
Yeah, well, obviously it's stuck. Yeah, no, it suits him. But I know, like, if it was a real... like, it's a big responsibility trying to name a child.
Yeah.
Because it has to fucking stick.
Yeah, it's the pressure of... You can't make it a snap decision. Or I mean, the problem with picking names for anything, children or pets, is that there's always the danger that you know somebody that has the name and they're a wanker, and it ruins the name for you.
Yeah.
That's a general concern.
That
You have to sit with your list and go, I know one of them, they're a prick.
Yeah. I know, like what do you do there? Like,
I'm not burning my child with that wanker's name. Nothing to do with the person, like, obviously, but
yeah. Yeah, but then, like, I don't know, names have to stand the test of time as well, because, like, there's some very god-awful 80s names,
like Darren? There's not a man under the age of 34 called Darren.
Or Brendan.
Brendan was a very...
Brendan.
I have a cousin, Brendan, who's a year older than me, and I have an uncle, Brendan.
Yeah. Or, I don't know, like, how do these names stack up over the years? Like, Polly, you know...
Well, that shit's all coming back. Babies all now sound like little old people.
I know that, but,
Yeah,
like...
it's all fucking Alfies and Jacks and...
Alfies, Pollies, Maisies, Sadies, all that sort of thing. I don't look at take it seriously. How do you look at a child and be like, there's wee Maisie?
I know there are ones that people have said have, like, there's... I think it was last year or the year before, absolutely no one in the UK and Ireland was called Keith. Because somebody said, why would you call somebody when you're expecting an accountant, but it's a baby?
I have a theory about names. I believe that the names Judith and Collie only exist in Uri.
Collie?
Collie.
Which is shortened. Well, people say it's a shortened version of Colin, but it's not. Collie. It's the same about the syllables.
Yeah.
Because that used to happen to me in Australia. They would call me Dazza.
Of course they did.
But I hated that.
I've called you Dazzler so many times, and that's a love-hate reference. I don't know if you get that.
I do. I've seen the show.
Dazzler.
Yeah, so, but
nobody else gets it.
You get Dazza, and then I go, that's the same about the syllables, just call me Darren, that'd be better.
Yeah. But yeah, Judith, do you know any Judiths?
I know two Judiths.
Are they both from Uri?
Yes.
Yeah. Or Judith. That's it, like. I'm telling you, I've...
Is Judith and Judy different names?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's not Dame Judith Dench, no.
Judith Dench from fucking Greenfield Park.
There's loads of wild old names and, you know, like religious names and stuff. Like, I know an Attracta.
Oh yeah, I know an Attracta.
Those are proper old country names.
Yeah,
like
Concepta.
I don't know Concepta now, but
I know free Concepta.
Do you?
Yeah. And that gets shortened to Septa. Which sounds like sepsis.
I was going to say blood poisoning. Fuck that.
Yeah, I know Conceptas, Attractas, Fidelmas, Philomenas. Like they're like. Imagine calling a baby Philomena.
I bet all those people live in Palomar.
Yeah, they probably do actually. Yeah. Yeah, imagine calling it like a baby now. There's wee Philomena.
Philomena. There is also the madness thing. I have to explain to people when I'm abroad of people in Ireland being named one thing and then called something else.
Yes.
Where they'd be like, the priest wouldn't baptise her with that name, so I just call her that. And then I had an auntie called Nancy, and that was her name as far as I knew. But then her post used to arrive at the house. It was Rosanna. I was like, what's this about? They're like, well, we wanted to call her Nancy, but that's not a saint's name, so the priest wouldn't baptise her, so we just give her a throwaway name for the paperwork.
Right, because I have at least two aunties that have that
phenomenon. I know a Philomena who's a Susan.
My auntie Anne is called Sheila.
Where did this idea come from?
I've no idea.
It had to be a church thing. You're like, I can't baptise that child. That you're like, fucking all right then.
Of course, you can do nothing in the chapel now. So not even letting people have eulogies now.
You're not getting eulogy anymore?
Well, depends where you go.
Can you read a wee... not a eulogy, can you read a wee thing about... My great aunt died a couple of years ago when I was handed a thing to read, like a wee story by her son, which was very touching and very lovely. I don't know why you got me to do it, like, but...
Well, sure, you obviously have fucking...
Stage experience.
But
yeah.
Did you do the owl... Oh no, before you started reading?
Lion face, lemon face, warm up.
Yeah.
No,
Unique New York.
Lion face, lemon face.
I used to get fucking given the task because there was a load of funerals, a load of people died whenever I was like, you know, growing up. Like there was a couple of a granny, a granda, there was fucking, you know, and I always got nominated to read. She's good at the reading. Get her to
a bid and prayer.
Sometimes, well, yeah, started
off
a bid and prayers. I bid
you try and read this prayer.
Yeah, started off a bid and prayers and then inched my way up to actual first reading letter from the Corinthians.
You were playing in my league.
Oh yeah, no bother to me. And then people would tell you felt like a rock star afterwards, because obviously, you know, because you were a child, you didn't really, you know, grasp the gravity of, you know, the grief in the room. Stop it, you creepy wee bastard.
That's the dog again.
The dog. And then
Lord.
people would come up to you after and say, you read awful well. You done awful well. And I'd be like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I did.
I'm fucking great at reading to me. I'm class. I could be a priest.
Bar the rules.
Bar, I don't want to be a...
You could be a minister in the Church of Ireland if you ever decided.
Aye.
They can get married now.
They could, fair play. They have the prods of the right idea.
They do.
Don't they?
Do you ever hear the story about why priests can't get married?
No.
So, back at the start of the church, priests could be married. Did you know this?
No.
They could. This was only a thing that was brought in by one of the Albanian popes who probably couldn't get a wife. The problem was all these priests were having families, and then whenever they died, they were leaving the money to the family.
Oh.
So the church were like, well, we can't be having that.
Now we're getting to it.
Yeah, it all makes sense.
It does make sense. Was there not a pope that had a load of wives?
Yeah, used to be able to like pay to be pope. There was a whole scandal. At one point, there was 2 popes.
Pope
it
for
was
cash.
Pope for cash.
Cash for pope.
Yeah, no, there was loads of it. Yeah,
But you know what? Like, that doesn't... Imagine that now. Now I'm thinking, imagine Trump was pope.
Oh Christ, Pope Trump.
Did
Did he not
This
get
is
trouble?
the greatest blessing. This is the greatest blessing you'll ever get. This is an amazing square. I've seen bigger squares.
Yeah,
Blah blah.
yeah. Sure, this palace is nice, but if you see the ballroom at the White House, fuck up, would you?
No, because my politics teacher told us one time that literally anybody could be president if they had enough money. Now, and we were all like, oh, dead on, sir, dead on. Now we're like, actually, he wasn't far wrong, was he?
You do. I think the only proviso is you have to be born in the USA, which is why there was never a president Schwarzenegger. He was only the governor. He could become governor, but he couldn't go any higher.
Aye, he peaked.
Yeah, it was like before civil rights, Catholics couldn't be judges.
The machines can only rise so far. Yeah. Was that right? Was that reference right?
Yeah, that's
Rise
pretty
of
good.
the machines?
He was in that one, yeah.
Yeah. That would have been fucking hilarious. But yeah, so that does make sense actually. God, the old church are crafty, aren't they?
Yeah,
They love the money.
They do.
They love the money.
But they're like, give money to the poor. Like, you can sell a painting, you'll end world hunger.
Yeah.
Do it.
Have you been to the Vatican?
No.
Oh,
I heard it's disgusting.
it is. The opulence is
Yeah.
absolutely foul and disgusting.
And you're walking around going, my ma used to give a $5 a week in the fucking basket.
The fucking envelopes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking envelopes. Yeah, I didn't get a great sense of Christian serenity in it.
No.
I just walked around being like,
This
holy
is
fuck.
disgusting.
There's gold and there's gold in the floor. The grouting's gold. You know.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where, and then they wonder, why is all lapsed? Why are you not still in the team?
Yeah, there's a massive...
Because people used to have nothing and give you 10% of it.
Yeah. And they used to read it out at Mass and all, didn't
Yeah,
they?
that's what the little number is on your envelopes. That's why your address has its own serial number. And then it can be like, so they know how much you give in. And I was like, get the fuck, no.
Yeah. No, I remember my dad telling me that they used to read out from the pulpit.
They would actually do that.
Yeah. And
that was
Paddy
before my
Quinn
time.
has only give sixpence.
Yeah.
Yeah, get out of here, Paddy Quinn.
So you're paying for mass, paying
Paddy
for
Quinn. My God.
yeah, well, I mean, if nothing else, I'd say the church will be coming after. The Trump fans won't be bothered about it, but
No.
yeah,
I need to hone my Trump impression. I've come to the conclusion now that is a way to get good views on clips, is if you have a solid, good Trump impression. And I don't know if any women are trying the old Trump impression. I need to sit down with like some kind of there has to be like a tutorial on it or something.
I mean, you just watch all the people that do it well.
Yeah. Like to get the cadence right and stuff like that, you know. And then hopefully I'll sell out, I don't know, the Millennium Forum or something, just by doing Trump impressions.
All the way to Derry.
I don't know why I picked that out of my head.
It's a nice venue to be fair.
It is a lovely venue. It is a lovely venue.
I'm in it in a couple of weeks. Look forward to it.
Who are you in with?
Mr. McDonnell.
Aha, how's that going?
Lovely. Tour's been great.
Yeah.
Yes. Paddy has a special kind of nutter comes to a show, and they're great fun to deal with.
Yeah. He's the most laid back fucker because, you know, I think he had mucked up dates or something Or there was a date that you couldn't do.
Yes. No, that was my fault.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
So I went down to Newcastle post haste, might I add, that because I was in work and I got covered and blah 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 blah, and I drove there like a maniac, and I went in. The place there was actually still a queue outside, but it was filling up and it was coming near time. And
down the cool wee steps.
Down the wee steps, and Paddy's lying there with his shoes off, just lying on the sofa.
As he should be.
On his phone. All right. I was like, all right, lad. Ready to go, are we?
Yeah. Sorry, I nearly put the car in the spell. I'm getting up here, but I'm here now, yeah.
No bother. It's like, right, class. But no, yeah, all Paddy's crowds are up for it. Like,
they're great crack. I did one in Lard with them, and it was probably one of the best gigs. So I think we should go and do Lard, because the gig went so well. Paddy says to me, the woman after you left asked, would you come back and do one of your own? I would, surely.
In Larne?
Yeah, of all places.
I think the last time I was in Larne was for a Larne Stranraer situation about 35 years ago.
So yeah, so when it comes to gigs, if there's anything I can't do, this is like when your priest is on holiday and then I just phone Father McCoy and you get out and do the gig for me.
Yeah, no, I'm very grateful for it. It's always fun, especially. Well, to be fair, I don't think there's anybody that I've opened for that like the crowd haven't been up for it. Like, if you're going to see a tour show, you're going because you like the person, and
yes, we're a nice wee surprise of if they enjoy you, then you go, oh, sure, that was good, that would be a bonus, which is great.
Yeah,
that means you go back.
The first time, Paddy was the first person I ever opened for
on a tour show.
Yeah, in Armagh last year. And I was fucking bricking it, like. But it actually happened to be a friend of mine in the audience, because she saw me coming in, and she was like, are you on? And I was like, yeah, I'm open. She was like, fucking hell, we got these tickets ages ago, blah 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 blah. So when I did a bit and then called the interval, and she messaged me and she was like, God, that went really well. And I was like, oh fuck, because you don't know, you're like, ugh, and you're over analysing. And she said, no, you did well. She says, because she heard the person beside her saying, hey, she was very good. The support act's usually shite, but she was good. I don't think that was you. I think they just meant in general.
I didn't do the last tour, so it wasn't me, thank God.
I think I just meant in general that whoever, because I think in hotels, especially because I was in Armagh City Hotel, there are people who just go, because it could be anybody that's on. Literally anybody, and they'll just go to it because it's in the hotel, and it's a comedian and
show on,
and
comedians.
Show on, and we'll get a toasty and chips between us, before we go into it, and we'll have a club orange by the neck, and that'll be it. Because that's not true. The first person I opened for was Brona Diamond. She did a wee tour, and she was in the Canal Court, and there was a man and a woman, and he had an oxygen tank.
Class.
So I'm going to guess they were residents. They were both about between 70 to 90 years of age, and I think they just went because they were residents,
and they were in,
and it was great. And I was like, jeez, how are you lads? He's all right. I think I'll drop the finger in jokes for yous.
Yeah. Darth Vader, good to see you.
Yeah. A finger in joke might have blew up his tank. Blew up her tank. So where's your next gig then?
I don't know. Where's my next gig? Oh no, we're back at the Paddy show rolls on this weekend, so I'm doing Newton Abbey Theatre at the Mill, which is beautiful if you ever get a chance to do that. And then I think I'm in Cookstown, I believe.
In the Burnavon.
Back giving people shit and thrown, which I really enjoy doing.
That's the point of life, like.
Yeah, Cookstown.
Yeah, they deserve it.
Yeah,
they deserve it. I'm in
because I did the Oma gig in Daly's, and it was lovely then because the Daly's crowd are lovely. Oh. But when I go to somewhere like I was in Carlisle to give them a bit of shit, I'm going to Cookstown and probably give them a good hammer too. So
do you know what? Daly's is class. I was in it on Friday night there. I haven't been in it for about a year. I was trying to work out with Connor. It was probably about a year from I was there, but yeah, it's just they're consistently sound as fuck.
Good comedy crowd.
Yeah,
love the crack. They are always about the size of Jury as well, so it's kind of that people supporting what they're doing.
Yeah, imagine.
Up your game, Jury. You fuck anyway.
Up your game is right. Yeah, I'm in the Burnavon for the first time ever. With Tim McGarry in June, I think.
That'll be cool.
Yeah,
that'll be good. I'd say Tim gets nice crowds.
Been through I'd say might be a slightly older crowd.
Yes.
Yeah.
So extra finger jokes.
No, Jesus, you can't be at that.
There'll be more than one oxygen tank in the crowd.
Yeah. Might need it myself. So good stuff. So that's what you've got coming up. I don't know when we're going to get doing gigs in this town.
We are. Well, we have one outside the town, but we're
need a venue.
What?
We need a venue in the town. There's no venues.
You put out a call out for this already, haven't you? Has anyone contacted?
No,
No.
I haven't. Done nothing.
People
Done
of Uri, where should we do gigs? Because
Do you know what? There's no point asking the people in Uri.
They don't want it. They
Because
don't
the
know.
people in Uri don't watch this.
Okay.
It's nice people in Belfast that watch this, that come to see me whenever I'm doing stuff in Belfast, who are very supportive.
If it's people from Belfast watching this, we should probably start adding subtitles.
I think they're getting to it now.
That's okay. That's fine.
But yeah, I don't know. Just the lack of venues is disturbing.
It's really annoying because every bloody town that I gig in always has that one class venue.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're a way bigger town than this. Why don't we have this?
Yeah, but there is a class venue, but there's reasons that we can't.
Issues.
Yeah, there's issues that are precluding us.
Yes.
From doing anything.
Yeah.
But I know, in fairness, I have been sometimes been knocking about the town and people will say, "Have you any shows coming up? We need doing more shows." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" You know what I mean?
I'm busy myself.
Yeah.
Not being here.
Like, realistically, it's kind of weird and ironic that the only really feasible venue in the town is Newry Market, the place that is deserted for
and that we need to wait
its
until it's warm enough to be in.
actual purpose.
Yes.
You know, but it's the most feasible one, but it's hard to sell tickets.
It is. So for everybody, I think if we sold the ticket for everybody who asked us to do a show, we'd sell out no bother.
Would fill Croke Park.
Yeah. I think it's more so when people be like, "Oh, jeez, I can't do that date. I'm going to the cinema that night." And you're like, "Cinema's on the next night."
Yeah.
That fucks me off.
I'm going to Bingo Loco. I'm going to the Galgoim. Are you? Class.
By the way, people, I did see a great message the other day, which somebody's just basically said, no artist needs you messaging them an hour beforehand to say you're not going.
Yeah.
So if you're not going, that's grand. That's okay.
Yeah.
But if you bought a ticket and you're not going, give your ticket to somebody else. Let somebody fucking enjoy the thing.
Yeah. And plus, I don't have the wherewithal whenever somebody messages me to go or to not go. "Oh, well, sure, I'll refund you here," and I'll sure, I can't do it.
McCooey messages her.
Yeah, I don't know if it's Catholic guilt or what. See, if it was you that got that message, you'd be like, "That's fine. Sorry to hear that. Bye."
Yeah.
Ching. Where I'm like, "Oh Jesus."
Well, there is, that's why we had to start setting time limits on the refunds because of you.
Yeah. I know. Well, I'm sorry, I'm such a nice person.
Yeah, because me plugging in microphones while we're at the gig and McCooey going, "Darren, can you?" And you're like, "It's on in 15 minutes.
Yeah. Can you refund 6 tickets, please?" Because somebody's babysitter fucking shit themselves. Yeah, but that's a fair point. You don't message fucking Jason Derulo and say, "Here, I'm not going to be fit to go."
Good luck with the dancing.
Yeah. Jason Derulo. I don't know why Jason Derulo was the first artist to come into my head.
You could have said something like Chris Brown, like, "Good luck with the dancing and don't be hitting them women."
Don't be. Well, yes, that's yeah. We shouldn't be talking about things like that. Stop legitimising these things.
I'm not legitimising them.
Yes, stop making jokes about it. It's not funny, Darren.
Criticising it.
Criticising Chris Brown. Chris Brown's music got better after those allegations about him hitting Rihanna, by the way. So,
tells me not to make the jokes and then hits me with that one.
I'm not making a joke. I'm just saying that his music got better after that, and so did hers.
Okay, well, I think Tupac's music was better when he was alive, even though he's somehow still releasing music.
Well,
from whatever island he's on.
Whatever island. On that note,
we shouldn't be talking about islands. Let's get out of here.
Right. Well, thanks very much for coming down, and thank you for my muffin.
You're welcome.
It was very nice. That today's muffin and coffee was from Measured in Newry. They also have an outlet in Armagh.
Do they?
Yes, they do.
Well, there you go. So Hill Street or in Armagh.
Yeah, very busy spot. Well, that blueberry crumble muffin was absolutely lovely, and I think Ollie enjoyed it as much as I did.
You're more than welcome.
Bastard.